Yeah, Tony's ready for exciting weekend of college basketball action for the most part. You talked about that big NHL card. And, well, the NBA will try to get together an all star game, team so and so, and so and so, and so and so, and these other, specialty games they have. Nobody cares about the slam dunk anymore. NBA's got an all star game problem, it looks like.
Yeah, well, it's like most leagues, right? It's like most leagues. I think it's really for the players that are young. I think it showcases some of the younger talent where they can actually earn a little bit of money, maybe some ad work as well. So that's where it is now. But again, as far as betting, it's just tough to bet. But again, there's just so much college basketball going on right now, and where they place it now in the schedule as we're really winding down college hoops, it's really my attention's there for some as well in NHL. Of course, peripheral sports. Ramon now is heavily involved in MMA, so how popular MMA is, UFC now may take a little bit of the shine off the NBA All-Star Game, knowing that they fight for real there in UFC, and that they would be smart to package some really good cards there in UFC, and that's part of Ramon's package. But tonight we come out here about 35 minutes from me. I was thinking about driving there tonight to see this one. Ducks here to host the Kings. The Kings laying 250, total 6.5.
Yeah, they'll meet again, the Kings and the Ducks. Um, we'll see, Tony. Maybe just wait until the Ducks improve a little bit before you go out. I know maybe you're a Kings fan like I am, and apparently I don't know they don't pass the eye test for me or something like that because McClellan was saying, he was down on the team. I just watched. I thought some of the best performances I've seen from a Kings team in several years, and McClellan came out and said, "Well, we got things we got to work on. This we're not looking good at all." Uh, They've had 3 days off to work on those. They have a 3 game winning streak. I guess I don't know what I'm watching. The Kings out there just dominating teams like Pittsburgh and Buffalo over the past week. They're averaging 3.23 goals a game this season. They're right out
They do
front.
get a little sloppy with the puck sometimes. The
Oh
turnovers.
no, for sure,
Yes,
Tony.
that's the thing.
I get what he's saying. I know what
Yeah.
he's saying. I mean, it's not all offense, but that's what the Kings will have to rely on here. I like McClellan. I'm not down on him at all, but yeah, I mean, the Kings got things they got to work on. Certainly, I mean, their penalty kill just 75%. They're 11th in goals allowed, so. They are a playoff team, no doubt about it. I mean, they're right there right now, just outside the lead in the division. Third place right now, but with 67 points, just 3 games out of first place. So, Vegas, Seattle, it's tight among the 4 teams atop the Pacific right now. So these are crucial games. Can't overlook Anaheim, obviously. Maybe Anaheim will come to play tonight on their 3 game losing streak. They were outscored 20-8 in those 3 games. They led Buffalo. Here's the thing, the Kings, okay, this is what I saw, Tony. The Kings just beat up on Buffalo. They looked great in that game, leading 5-0, held on for the easy win. And the Ducks, they played Buffalo and lost the game 5-2. They led 3-2 in the second, despite the fact they were outshot 19-3 in the first period and 44-22 in the game against the Sabres. They end up losing the game 7-3. So uh, Anaheim, like I said, they've given up 20 goals in the last 3 games. They were outshot 56-16 for the most part in those games. And Anaheim right now, they're not great. They're 74% on the penalty kills. So you got 2 teams really not that great on special teams. Now, Kings are ranked top 5 in power play, 25.1%. So that's where they're strong. They're strong on offense. Fiala's done his job this year, coming to the Kings, 55 points. But Adrian Kempe, the other night, Tony, I couldn't believe it. I had not known. I wouldn't have known. Kempe scored 4 straight goals in the win against Pittsburgh. Hadn't been done 4 goals in the game since Dustin Brown, the King great. They were actually honoring Brown on that night. Kempe scored 4 goals for the Kings. In fact, he scored the next game against Pittsburgh. He scored the first goal for 5 straight goals for Adrian Kempe. So the Kings' offense is legit. Now, I expect Phoenix Copley to be in there according to the sites right now. We don't know for sure. Gibson is in there for Anaheim. I guess that's good. I mean, I'm still a fan of Gibson, but man, 4.0 goals against, and 10-22 record, among the worst in the league, no doubt. Phoenix Copley's earned the right to be the number one goalie. He's got a contract now, 17-3 in the net with the Kings. Phoenix Copley, what a find for the Kings. The Kings are now just 11th in goals allowed, as I mentioned. So it's not awful, but they're just not as polished maybe defensively. It is the first game of a back to back, so I thought that maybe Quick would be in there in this one because they play Phoenix next. Maybe they want to make sure they get this win, or the 3 days off go with Copley. I don't think they'll go with Copley in the back to back. I think you'll see the two goalies in these two games over the next two nights, but. Right now, it looks like Copley was penciled in to be the goaltender tonight. Not confirmed, but probable to be the starting goal. The Kings 16-11-1 to the over on the road this season, including over in four straight. We know it's just a little quick trip around town, but not the home ice. They're also 8-0 to the over off of a win in their last eight victories. And Anaheim, they're 27-20 to the over as an underdog, 13-3 their last 16 to the over, also 6-1 to the over in their last seven at home, and 39-15-2 to the over in division games. Look, I've got the Kings, top-notch offense, certainly the way they're going right now. We'll need some help from Anaheim with Zegras, with Terry, I guess. Uh, uh, Tonight, so I'll look to go over this 6.5. We'll need some help from Anaheim, but like I said, they still, they led Buffalo in that game 3-2. Maybe they can catch the Kings napping a little bit to get those goals I need. I see the chat already chiming in. Kings puck line said Ron Hahn tonight, and I don't know. I think the Kings are looking pretty good, but I'm not a hockey coach, certainly. Like McClellan, maybe he knows better, but still, this offense looking good. And Kempe, you talk about some of the other weapons the Kings have. Kempe right now, 27 goals this season, leading the team, and a record-setting performance by Kempe this week.
That's right, the Kings out here. Ramon here on the Kings Duck over 6.5 goals here, and of course the Ducks have had a lot of problems this season. Just 9-16 at home, giving up almost 4 goals a game on their home ice, and it's been even worse in the division. Division opponents averaging nearly 4.6 goals a game over the past five. Ducks giving up 5 a game.
Yeah, I thought Dallas Eakins would come in and be able to helped the Ducks a little bit, but it hasn't been about the coaching. I think it's about the personnel right now for the Ducks. They just don't have the players that the other teams have. So that's been an issue right now. No doubt the Ducks are not going anywhere at this point. So, games like this can be their motivation, if anything, playing against the Kings in the crosstown battle. First game was just 4-1. Kings won and covered that puck line in the first matchup. This is just the second matchup, I believe, of the season. So we'll be seeing this matchup a few more times in the next couple of weeks as they wind down the season. So, I guess they did beat one back in October. Uh, they already have met several times back in October. So I was just thinking of that December game. But the other two games, the one at Anaheim 5-4, Ducks actually won that one, and the other game at LA 6-3. So two games have gone over this number, and two games have gone under this number in the season series. I stand corrected. I corrected myself, but fifth game
Yeah.
now between the two, so we're almost done. And again, maybe this will provide the motivation for Anaheim in these in this matchup, because quite frankly, right now, uh, you know, difference in quality certainly. The Kings are going to the playoffs.
Yep, the Copley 60-minute record here, 16-5-1. Quick just 8-16. So I think we know who will start if the King will be the starting goalie. There won't be any goalie drama here in the playoffs. It's pretty obvious who's going to be the guy in the net there.
Oh, that was great. That was because you had mentioned it, Tony. Caught me by surprise when the Kings made the move, in goal uh, earlier this season, to and end up with Copley in there, because that was kind of a shocker to me. But now he's signed that 1 year extension, and he's the man. So it looks like hey, he might be the man moving forward for this franchise.
Yeah, Peterson was the one that had there's some drama there. He was really
I,
upset. He was upset. I guess he was the one taking the blame early for the early struggles. But anyway, Ramon here, Kings Ducks over 6.5. This one have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for tonight's great results here the last 30 days here. 2,120 units of profit. Ramon Scott, you can verify those numbers over on his handicapper page over at Tony'sPicks.com. Showing great results for 2023. Last 7 days been on fire. 1,690 units of profit. We got big board here from College Hoops for a Friday. We got NHL on the board as well. Heading into a pretty good weekend. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, well, last 6 days, threw in a clunker last night, so let's turn around with a 5-pack in college basketball tonight. That's what I'll be focusing on here. A couple of losses by just a point last night, so a little bit disappointing to end up pretty bad record last night. Let's just call it like it is. So should have been better, but it was not. So we'll turn it around. The record speaks for itself over the last 7 days, last 30 days. Let's get the winner tonight with 5-pack in college basketball. Plus that early start I have in a separate $15 Tony's Picks treatment right there, the discount best bet, or the discount. I don't know if it's my best bet of the day, but I did make it the $15 play since it's a standalone at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific, the game between Dartmouth and Cornell. Pick up my play right there for just $15. Get the weekend started and then pick up that 5-pack tonight in college basketball. I priced it at just $30 tonight for the 5 plays in college ball. So pick that special package up from me at Tony'sPicks.com and throw in the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save even more. Get a 5-pack tonight of winners that'll take you through the card tonight in college basketball. That's my featured package tonight. Still trying to get something together for this NHL card. I have made a couple of videos already on 2 of the other games, so might be running out of plays in the NHL, Tony, but I did make my sponsor video today on the Blackhawks and the Senators. Check that one out, embedded here in the Tony'sPicks.com website. So get my free winner in that one between Chicago and Ottawa. Meanwhile, also on an early start, check out the leaderboard video where I get to talk about Mindy for about 3 minutes. And that one is the Penguins and the Islanders. I got a free play in there. I talk about myself a little bit because I talk about the handicapper leaderboards, just like you see there, talking about everybody on top of those leaderboards, who's doing well currently, the current hot cappers, including the GM 4-0 last night. So everyone getting it done here at Tony's Picks. And my leaderboard video is the Penguins and the Islanders, plus this one, the Kings and the Ducks. You get a pick with Mindy with the Stars and the Wild. So maybe I can come up with something, the Rangers and the Oilers tonight. I do like the game side and total. Maybe just go with the best bet there in that one for Friday night. So 5-game card tonight, but plenty of free action here on Tony'sPicks.com and maybe a little bit of premium coming up. But I recommend my 5-pack tonight, Tony, with games, some NAAC games as well, and also hanging out in the Summit a little bit. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com, pick up my 5-pack tonight. Profit guaranteed. Must show a profit to get credits back to your account to use on, maybe one of my college basketball packages on Saturday if we don't come through, or one of the other champion handicappers. I love that saying. Over here at Tony'sPicks.com, I borrowed that one, but still great crew over here at Tony'sPicks.com. Check out the handicapper leaderboard, see who's hot. But it's me and Mindy on top lately right now, and big day. Just be fired tomorrow in college basketball. I know that.
That's right. I got Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. I'll pull up the numbers again for you from Ramon. He's been on absolute fire. 2,120 units of profit last 30 days. That is all document over the site. So tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com, Ramon in here with a 5-pack. Probably priced to get that bankroll building here for the Saturday card here at $30. Profit guarantee. Must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is profit guarantee. Also an early start here is $15 pre and play early start tonight as well here. A game that starts within about 3 hours or so. So go ahead and get signed up there. Now instead of buying all these plays individually, there is a 3-day all sports pass. We get all of Ramon's pre and plays for 3 days, including all his NHL, all his college hoops, And as well as UFC, right? The UFC returns here with the Saturday card. Ramon's in action, does a UFC podcast, so he knows the sport. He'll come in with plays here from the UFC. So that 3-day pass, a pretty good value right now. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. That'll take $20 off that 3-day all sports pass. So get on board. There'll be a lot of action for Ramon. That 13-game card from the NHL on Saturday. Big cards here, college hoops for you on the Saturday Sunday card. We are documenting the NBA All-Star Game. If Ramon's in action there, that will also be part of it, because I saw that in the back end when I looked at the NBA. It does have the All-Star, but I'm not going to speak for Ramon. If he likes something there, he'll put it in there. Also, too, on these, I will say this, on these long-term passes. It also includes late steam plays. And what are late steam plays? Those are plays we let the cappers got to have their plays in 11 a.m. Eastern time for all the members. There we well, the way we program it, we allow our cappers to post plays late as long as they post them between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those are tagged and flagged and documented as late steam plays, and those plays would be emailed directly to your inbox. There you go with the late steam a feature there with that 3-day all sports. Any of the long-term passes will feature the late steam releases from Ramon or any of the cappers when you subscribe to their long-term passes. Not on the 1-day passes, because those are locked in with what you're getting, but the all sports pass is all sports, so that includes the late steam plays. Ramon sees something he likes late in the day, late before start time, 10 minutes, 10 to 10 minutes to 2 hours before game time. Those are loaded in the system and emailed directly to your inbox. So be sure to check that out on that 3-day all sports pass. So if Ramon sees anything he likes late, he'll be able to get on board with that. Use that promo code and save $20 off that 3-day all sports pass. Ramon, we talked about the picks you have over on the site, also the Twitter, Tony6Ramon, and also you can be found over on our Discord as well.
Yeah, maybe there'll be some conversation in there. Maybe you'll have some XFL picks in the Discord. I don't think we're documenting the XFL quite yet. Maybe they need to prove it to us a little bit that they're not going to shut up operations. The pandemic came. What happened? That's what happened for the last time around. I haven't lost an XFL bet since 2020. Well, that's when the league shut down. So, I do see some interesting conversation in the chat talking about the All Star game. Yeah, it's tough to get behind. Team team injured against team injured, and then those guys don't play or whatever. And fans can get behind East versus West or something like that. I don't know if they could get behind the format. And I'll give my slam dunk contest pick out right now. I've got Mac McClung. Why do you invite a guy from the G League to be in the slam dunk contest if he's not going to win? He's not even with the Sixers yet. So Mac McClung to win the slam dunk contest at the NBA All-Star game. That's my free pick here. Yeah, Tony, check it out. Social media pick today. Utah Tech against Southern Utah is my Twitter pick today. Get online, follow at Tony's Picks Ramon, where I pass along a free pick, try to every day there. And I got Utah Tech tonight, plus the points against us. I didn't just give the pick. Hey, I didn't say. Oh, look at it. You better get logged on, anyways. There's another pick, Utah Tech tonight. Also, Tony, the Discord in there. Several of the people you see here in the chat contributing to the Discord, and we'll be in there chatting away maybe about some of these college basketball games, like you mentioned on Saturday. Monster card, yeah, I'll be firing away early, firing away late, try to keep up the strong record. Last night, a couple of bad beats, so we'll be definitely looking at this big card. Why not? The whole focus has got to be there, and the big hockey card as well as the NBA gets their little siesta. You talk about the conversation in the chat. They used to take just a couple days off. Now we need a whole week to rest these guys up for that remainder of the season. Like you mentioned, Tony, it used to be in the middle of the season, or maybe just a little bit towards the second half of the season. Now it's practically 3/4 of the way in the season. So head on over to the Discord. Maybe we'll get something together in there over the weekend, and we'll have plenty of our community in there chatting away as well, sharing their ideas, their picks, their tickets. I want to see more pregame tickets and postgame tickets, so I can get some of the winners from our chat community. They've been helping us tremendously. The Morning Steam had a pretty good week. We had a big day just 2 days ago. Morning Steam team went 7-1. So make sure you watch the show. We'll be back on Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific previewing probably a good amount of college basketball games and the full NHL card on the morning's team. Tony, you mentioned the MMA, and my podcast partner, we're only getting it together. We usually like to do our show early in the week, but this week's card was not great. Actually, the main event got uh, moved around a little bit. They had a new fighter in the main event. Not a great, he's up there watching the Northern Lights in Iceland. So we're getting together today. He said, it's not the best card, but I'll still have a package there for this card on Saturday, probably a 3-pack where I have a pretty good record so far for this year in MMA picks here on Tony'sPicks.com. So pick up a package, watch the MMA card this week. It's not a pay per view card, it's just at the Apex here. So that one's on ESPN Plus, and you all better have ESPN Plus if you're a betting fan. It's only well, it's relatively inexpensive. You get a ton of college basketball games and more. But MMA for sure on Saturday. I'll have a card as well from the Apex.
That's right. Check it out, guys. Over at Tony's Pick Ramon for the more plays, college hoops play tonight. Also, the Discord, you'll find Ramon there as well as you'll be able to find some plays in there. We sprinkle them in there once in a while, so check it out. A lot of player props in that Discord because we don't really document player props yet here on our site, but we get a lot of the. We know it's popular because we see a lot of the community members posting their tickets there with the player props. So if you like player props and you want to share your knowledge, or you can get some tips from some of the bettors up there, just check out our Discord because you'll see a lot of player props in there. Folks you see here, like Corday is in there, as well as you'll see Adam in there, Butterscotch, a lot of the folks you see there. Mindy's in there a lot. So just go ahead and visit the Discord. You follow the link in the box on the top here in the live chat and get involved in the conversation. Conversation continues on our Discord over at Tony's Picks. All right, Ramon, as always, great having your show. To that success, and we'll catch up with you again on Monday.
Thanks a lot, Tony.
You got
Appreciate
it.
it.
Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, with